Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to explain how we multiply fractions together. This video is part of a playlist that I have on beginner math skills for economics students, so it's really for those of you who are very rusty and struggling with the basic maths of economics. If this is you, I understand completely where you're at. This was me once too. Alright, the big rule to note for multiplying fractions together is that if we have two fractions, so any a divided by b times c divided by d, we're just going to multiply the numerator together, so a times c, and that will be over our denominator b times d. So I'll just demonstrate, and hopefully this will push the intuition for the rule as well. If I had a half times a half, we could visualize it by thinking about half of a circle, and if you wanted to take a half of that half, we would get a quarter of a circle, right? So half of a half is a quarter. Well, applying our rule, 1 times 1 is 1, that's on the numerator, and 2 times 2 is 4, that's on the denominator, so we get a quarter. So you can see, hopefully, our rule is intuitive. We can play around with this general format to get some trickier cases though. So let's say that you were given 4 times 3 over 8. So I've introduced a whole number here. Well, I can rewrite 4 as 4 over 1. I can put it into a fraction, and that makes it easier to apply our rule. So this is equal to, I'll multiply the numerators, 4 times 3 is 12. We can divide that by 1 times 8 is 8. So we get 12 divided by 8. We can simplify this if we want. We could break up these terms into some factors. So 12 is also equal to 3 times 4, and 8 is 4 times 2, so the 4's cancelled out and this reduces to 3 over 2. That's one way of seeing this fraction. Alright, let's do another example and try and follow along with me. I'm going to introduce some additions or subtractions here. So let's take 1 minus a over 2 times 4 over 3a. Well, I'm just going to apply my rule, so my numerator will be 4 times 1 minus a. I always like to put constants on the left-hand sides of the brackets, so that's why I've put the 4 in front there. The denominator will be 2 times 3a, which is equal to 6a. I can simplify this a bit with the 4 and 6, since 2 goes into both of those numbers. So if I divide the numerator by 2, it would be 4 divided by 2 is 2. That's times 1 minus a, and on the denominator, well, 6 divided by 2 is 3, so 3a. Now, I will note, just in relation to this last term, if we opened up the brackets, so we got 2 minus 2a all over 3a, well, this is a good time to discuss the differences between multiplying fractions together and adding and subtracting fractions from one another. This can be a sticking point for students. So when we add and subtract fractions, I've got the rules on the left there. They have to have the same denominator. That's the big rule. So if we do a divided by b plus c divided by b, that can reduce to a plus c divided by b. And it would be the same thing if we had subtraction. So a divided by b minus c divided by b, we can reduce that to a minus c divided by b. So this last term can actually be rewritten as 2 over 3a minus 2a over 3a. We could split it up in that fashion. And if we added them up using our rules, we would get 2 minus 2a over 3a. So you can see they're equivalent expressions of the same value. And I mention this because students can get very confused between our rules around adding and subtracting fractions and our rules around multiplying fractions together. So you couldn't, for instance, do something like this. If I took this term here, 2 times 1 minus a over 3a, this does not equal to 2 divided by 3a times 1 minus a over 3a. We can't split it up in the same way that we can split up our additions and subtractions. That would be incorrect. So there is a difference in how we treat multiplications from additions and subtractions. And I find actually that once students get a hold of that difference, they're in a much better place already. They're more confident just with that. All right, let's do one more example. Follow along with me. I have 1 minus x over 2x times 3 over y plus 6. So I've just got brackets on the numerator and denominator, but I'm just going to apply my rule. So I get 3 times 1 minus x on the numerator and 2x times y plus 6 on the denominator. So that's our rule and some applications of that rule. Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope that it helped. If you have any problems with maths that you would like me to cover in this playlist, you can comment below and I'll see if I can help you out. But I hope you guys are doing well.